Hey everyone, welcome back to the Traveling Educator. Today we'll be diving into an really important topic, the recent cuts to the Department of Education Special Education Office under the Trump administration. If you're a parent, a student with an IEP, or a special education teacher, you've probably seen the headlines and thought, what does this mean for us? First, take a deep breath. This video will explain what's happening, how it impacts our classroom, and why your child's rights and services are still protected under the law. So stay tuned. Recently, the federal government made major layoffs within the U.S. Department of Education, including the Office of Special Education Programs, the branch that supports states and districts in following Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. OSEP's job is to make sure states comply with special education laws, manage funding, and offer guidance. With fewer staff, it means less direct oversight and slower communication at the federal level. But here's the most important part. IDEA hasn't been repealed. Your child's rights to a free and appropriate public education is still guaranteed. The law stands. Even though there are fewer people at the federal level, the responsibilities for implementing and monitoring education largely fall on the states. Each state has its own Department of Education Special Education Office, and these offices are still required to monitor school districts to ensure compliance with IDEA, provide professional development and technical assistance to schools, also investigate parent complaints and due process concerns, allocate special education funding to local districts. So while the federal office may have fewer staff, states now play an even more crucial role in protecting the rights of students with disabilities. If you ever feel that your child's IEP isn't being followed, your state's Department of Education is still your go-to contact. They have legal authority to investigate and enforce compliance. For my fellow special education teachers, I know this news can be discouraging. We depend on OSEPs for guidance and updates, but now much of that responsibility will shift to our state education agencies and local school systems. What can we do? Keep documenting every service, accommodations, and meetings. Communicate frequently with parents and administrators. Stay informed about state-level updates and training opportunities. And most importantly, keep doing what you've always been doing. Advocate for your students every single day. Remember, our power has always been local. We don't wait for Washington to care about our kids. We show up for them every day in the classroom. Parents, I know this kind of news can sound alarming. You might be wondering, will my child lose services? Will their IEP still be enforced? Here's the truth. Your child's IEP is a legal binding document. Schools are still required by law to provide every service, accommodations, and goal listed in it. What can you do to protect your child's progress? Know your rights. IDEA and the Section 504 still apply. Keep open communication with your child's teacher and case manager. Document everything. Emails, meetings, and progress reports. Contact your state special education office if you feel your child's IEP isn't being followed. Parents, your voice matters, and it's powerful. When you're partnered with teachers, we make sure students' needs are met even when policies change at the top. This is where we all come together. Even though the federal oversight has been reduced, the system doesn't stop working. Teachers are still implementing IEPs. Parents are still advocating for their children. States are still enforcing the law and monitoring compliance. And when all three groups, teachers, parents, and state leaders work together, students win. At the end of the day, the heart of special education has never been in an office. It's in our classroom, our homes, in our communities. Yes, the cuts may slow some processes down, but they can't stop the dedication and love that teachers and parents pour into helping every child succeed. So to my fellow educators, keep teaching, keep documenting, and keep believing in your students. And to all my parents out there, Your child's potential is limitless, and we'll keep fighting to make sure they get every opportunity they deserve. If this video helped you understand the situation better, please like, share, and subscribe to the Traveling Special Educator. And in the comments, let's start a conversation on how we can support each other through these changes. Together, we'll keep advocating, teaching, and believing because our students are worth it.